Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to replace and how to install a new navigation on your Mercedes Vito. Doesn't matter which year it is, the methods and the steps are exactly the same. So the car which I'm working on today is a Mercedes-Benz Vito Tourer from the year 2017 with the engine 2.2 diesel. But this doesn't matter, the method which I'm going to show you today it's exactly the same for almost any brand of the car out there. Today I decided guys to show you how to install a new navigation on your car. So as you can see right here on this car, this is the original navigation, this is how it's looking, and it only has a radio and some other functions like to call someone, and that's it. And as you can see, this is the new navigation which I'm going to install. This is how the look will be after I'm done with installing everything on the car. And also this navigation, it has a lot of functions like any Android phone, like Waze, Google Maps, YouTube, and other functions which will help you to drive more comfortable and to drive the car with more pleasure. And as you can see, this is all which the new navigation it has. This is all the cables which you have to install, and this is what the new navigation is providing you. And as you can see, you have a lot of connectors and a lot of wiring to do on the car if you want to install it on your car. And as you can see, to begin, what you have to do is to remove the trim from around it. You'll have to use a plastic trim or something sharp to catch from underneath, and after that you'll have to remove all of these fans and also all of this button from around the navigation. After you're done with removing all the clips and also all the hardware from around the navigation, make sure you don't pull very hard because you'll have some connectors behind it. And if you want, you could disconnect the connectors because nothing will happen. In my case, I'm going to disconnect all of these cables because I want to remove the plastics from around the navigation completely from the dashboard, because I don't want to bump into them when I'm going to install the new parts on the navigation. So you'll have to disconnect all the cables, and after that you'll have to put it away. And as you can see, this is how the cables are looking. I didn't remove the control for the AC buttons because I don't have to remove it. And as you can see, this is how the plastics from around the navigation are looking. Everything is disconnected, and from here you can put it away and start removing the old navigation and install the new one. To remove the old navigation, you'll have to use the Torx 25 to remove the 4 screws which are securing it mounted to the dashboard, and after that you'll have to disconnect the connectors from behind it. Also, you all have to know that the installation will be a little bit different from car to car depending on how many features your car has. So for example, this car doesn't have a front camera or a rear camera or a side camera and so on, and because of that I will not have to connect the cables for the camera. So if you, for example, have a rear camera, if your car has a rear camera, you'll have to connect a few more cables which will show you the camera from behind when you're putting the car in reverse. So for example, I don't have the camera, so I don't have to put the cables from the rear camera. But in the future, if the client will want to install one, I will have to install it later. As you'll see, this is the old navigation for this car, and those are all the connectors which you'll have to disconnect by pushing a few plastic clips and putting them away from the old navigation. And as you can see right here, those are all the cables which will came into the box with the new navigation. And I'm not going to use all of them because you don't have to use all of them, because normally they will send you a few more cables just in case, because probably from car to car it will depend the connector and the way of the installation. So you will have to figure out which one is the best for you, which connector will go into your navigation. And if you see, for example, one connector which is not going anywhere on your car, you don't have to install it because there is no special way to install it. And as you can see, I have all of these connectors from right here which are telling me that, for example, they are for the front camera, for the rear camera. Right here, this is for the charging port. You'll have 2 charging ports on this navigation. This is for the antenna, for the GPS zone. And also this cable, I'm not going to install it because I don't have any special place to install it. So for example, this is not going to be installed on the navigation. This is the microphone, which I'm not going to install because the navigation has a microphone and I don't have to use another one. This is the auxiliary charging, so you'll have 2 auxiliary ports like this one. Those are the 2 ports which you're going to install on the car. Also right here is another connector which I'm not going to install on the navigation because I don't need it. I don't have to put it anywhere. Also, I'm going to install this one, and you'll have a few more cables which are for the parking sensors and for all of the cameras which you'll have on your car, for example. And as you can see, this is the navigation, and you'll have to turn it around, and behind it you'll have to put all of these connectors. But I'm going to show you guys in a second how to put everything and how everything is looking. So as you can see, this is the first connector which you'll have to install. You'll have to put it right here, and the other way you'll have to put it right there. And as you can see, this is the charging port. You'll have to put it right here, and you'll have another one which you'll have to put it right next to it. So you'll have two charging ports. In my case, I'm going to use both of them because I want to have as many charging ports as I like, and I'm going to install them in the glove box because I don't want to drill any holes into the dashboard to make them fit. So I'm going to put them into the dashboard, and I will have laid them right there. You'll have to put the cable, go to the dashboard, and came into the glove box, but it's not very hard, it's very simple, and I'm going to show you in a second. And also, this is the antenna. This is for the GPS zone. Also, you'll have to connect one cable right here, and the other cable you don't have to connect it because you don't have any way to connect it because the connector is a little bit different and is not going to be connected anywhere. So you'll have to put it like this, and the other way you'll have to put it inside the new navigation. Also, this is the antenna. This is for the GPS. You'll have to screw it right here. And normally, I recommend all to put it in a high spot. In my case, I like to put it on the windscreen, in the corner of the windshield. But some guys also like to put it right here under the dashboard. But I don't like because under the dashboard, the signal will not be so strong and you will not have a proper reading for the GPS. Also, this yellow connector, it's for the parking sensors and also for the backup camera if you have one, and also all of the other cables are for the rest of the cameras which you can have on your car. So as you can see, right here I installed already the cables. This is the cable which you don't have to install. This is the cable for the antenna and for the GPS, for the radio, for the signal. This is one cable which you'll have to follow and which you'll have to install. After that, this is the main connector which will go into this connector, which will help you to power the navigation and use all the functions. And also, those are the two cables for the USB charging port. And as you can see, I go with them through these holes, and I got them into the glove box. And if you open the glove box, they will be right here. They are not bothering me, and this is a very good idea, and this is a very good place to put them if you want to charge your phone or your laptop on, or any device if you want to charge it. After that, as you can see, those are all the connectors which you'll have to install on the navigation. This is the main connector, this one with all of the wiring and with the connector which goes into the dashboard. Also, this is the antenna for the GPS and also another feature which you'll have to install. And this is what I like to install and put it in a high spot, like in the windshield. You'll have to screw it right here. And also, this is the microphone. If you want to install it, there is a special place where you can put the microphone. You'll have to put it inside of this black connector. This is the connector from the microphone, this black one. You'll have to put it through, and after that you'll have to put the microphone in whatever place you want on your car. But like I said, I'm not going to install it on this car because the navigation already has a microphone installed in it, and I don't have to put another one because the microphone from the navigation, it's reading the sound very good, and I don't have to put another one. So to connect everything on the car, you'll have to connect the two USB charging ports from behind. You'll have to put both of the connectors next to each other. After that, you'll have to connect the big cable. So this is the main cable which will power the navigation. You'll have to connect it with the cable from the dashboard. And after that, you'll have to put the GPS and the antenna. And most likely that's it. You'll have to figure out to put everything back together. All of these cables which are not connected are for the cameras if you had one. So if you have camera, you'll have to connect to the cables. But if you don't have, like in my case, I don't, I don't have to connect anything because they are not bothering me. Right now I'm going to put the antenna for the GPS in a special place, and I'm going to show you guys how I install it and where I installed it. After you tighten the connector at the back of the navigation, for example, right now I'm going to put the antenna right here under the dashboard just to see how the signal is working, but I think I'm going to change the spot, and I'm going to put it in the corner of the windshield because there is a special place where I have to put it, and it's more likely that the signal will be better at the top of the windshield. But if you want, if you don't care about the signal, you could also place it right here under the dashboard, and that's it, just to hide it and just to not have any connector or any cables laying around at the top of the dashboard. After that, you can take the navigation and you can put the ignition and power everything up and see how everything is working and see if you like it or not. For the first time when you will start the navigation, it will take it a little bit more time to boot up and to turn it on. So as I'm waiting, I'm going to install the rest of the cables, which I disconnected at the beginning of the video, from the fans and also for the AC buttons and the rest of the buttons from the plastic part. And after that, I'm going to try and see how the navigation is working and how everything is moving. Okay everybody, I'm done testing the navigation. I connected the phone to the navigation to see how the sound is working and also how the microphone is working. So there are no differences between the microphone with the cable and between the microphone which is already built it into the navigation. So I'm not going to connect the microphone with the cable because I don't have to. The microphone which is already into the navigation is working great. I called someone and they are hearing me great. Also, this is how the antenna is installed. I installed it right here and I go with the cable between this A-pillar. I put the cable underneath the airbag and as you can see, it's going down right here, and I place it inside the dashboard, and from there I go with the cable at the back and behind the navigation. This is the cable, and you'll have to put it right here and it will came behind the navigation, and this is a very good place to install it. It's not bothering anyone and everything is working great and the signal is very good. And from here everything is good. I'm going to install everything back together as I told before. This is all you have to do to install the navigation on your car. From here just put everything back together and test it at the end of the work. Okay everybody, I'm done with installing the navigation on the car. Everything is working perfectly. Just listen how the sound is working. Right now I'm connected to the YouTube. I connected the navigation to my Wi-Fi from the home, and this is how the sound is working. This is how the YouTube is working. Depending on what the quality and how much signal you have for the internet, it will work a little bit faster or not. This is the Waze. You'll have to connect to Waze if you want to use it. Also, this is Google Maps. And also there are a lot of functions. This is, for example, the phone, the Bluetooth phone. You'll have to hit this button and it will show you if you have music or if you have all of the contacts from your phone. And if you want to shut it down, you can only just remove the ignition. You'll have to remove the key from the ignition and the navigation will shut down automatically after a few seconds. And to turn it on, you can also put the ignition and the navigation will start up. And as you can see, the navigation is moving very good and very fast. The owner told me he paid about 250 euros to buy this one, and this is working very good. So as you can see, it's looking good, it's moving good, and the installation is not so hard. So if you just have some knowledge about the wiring, you can do it at home very easy and very fast. And just look at this. After I'm closing the car, the navigation will be powered off completely. All the lights will shut down automatically. All the red lights will be powered off and the navigation will be completely turned off. And as you can see, even if you want to start it from right now, even if you press the button, the navigation will not start up. Only if you put the key in the ignition, the navigation will start up. This is all you have to do. This is how to install a new navigation, a new Android navigation on your car. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.